G'day fellas. In this video, we're going to be talking about 9 insane mechanics that the Rus get access to in Age of Empires 4. Together with the French, the Rus are the last civilization that we don't really have any information on yet. However, on the 20th of September, the Xbox YouTube channel actually uploaded a developer multiplayer match which showed the Holy Roman Empire going up against a player who was playing the Rus. And while we didn't get to see everything that the Rus have got access to, we did see a lot of interesting mechanics, and we're going to focus on those mechanics in this video. Those mechanics include things like unique buildings, unique units, and of course, the unique bounty system that the Rus have. So, let's get into it. Number 1. The Rus have access to the bounty system. This system is unique to the Rus, and there's a couple of different aspects to it. The first one is that as you kill animals, whether that's sheep, deer, wolves, or boars, you're going to be getting gold as you do that. Now, keep in mind it's only for the actual kills, so there's no reason why you can't go to your enemy's base, go find their deer sitting outside their base, and just go kill them and grab the bounty. Now, in addition to actually getting gold from killing those deer, you're also going to be building up a score throughout the game, and this score, depending on how high you go, will give you different bonuses based on tiers. There are 3 tiers. The first tier at 100, the second at 250, and the third tier at 500. Not only does it increase the gather rate that your villagers harvest food at, but it also increases the rate your hunting cabins generate gold. Now you might be wondering, Jongo, hunting cabins, what the heck are those? Well, I'm glad you asked because that is point 2, the hunting cabin. The hunting cabin is an improved version of the mill that generates gold based on the number of nearby trees. In addition to that, it also produces scouts, which means that if you want to train extra scouts in the first age, you're not going to have to do it from your town center, which means you're not going to be going idle. The hunting cabin synergizes incredibly well with the bounty system because it enables you to train additional scouts to get additional bounty, and then subsequently, once you've reached the second age, you can then research survival techniques and other economic upgrades which enable you to leverage the deer that you've already killed, potentially bringing them back to your base, and subsequently using them for food. But this system isn't the only addition to the Rus economy. Number 3. The Wooden Fortress. The Wooden Fortress is another building that's unique to the Rus. It's a sturdy wooden stronghold with an extensive line of sight and can be upgraded with weapon emplacements and used as a garrison in case of attack. But where it really shines is its influence bonus. It influences lumber camps and town centers that are within its influence and increases the wood that is dropped off there by 20%. Instead of being able to hold only 5 villagers inside, it can actually hold up to 8, and each villager that you have inside is going to give it an additional arrow. The upgrades within the Wooden Fortress are also not mutually exclusive, which means that you can have access to multiple defensive upgrades. Keep in mind their building footprint is larger than other outposts, so you'll need to think extra hard about where you want to be placing this. Number 4. The Strodzi. The Strodzi is the unique version of the hand cannoneer for the Rus. It's a high damage, light gunpowder infantry unit with a stronger rate of fire when it's stationary. In some of the battles that we see in this game, we actually can see the Strodzi building up more and more of an attack rate as the battle continues to go on. It's important to note that it appears after moving the Strodzi that the bonus is reset, so be aware when you're moving the unit around. In the event you don't feel comfortable moving it and it does get into hand combat, they do actually have quite a big axe, which is quite decent in melee combat. Number 5. The Warrior Monk. The Warrior Monk is available in Age 3. It's a military-minded support unit that improves combat capabilities of nearby units after it attacks. They can obviously pick up relics, convert enemy units, and can also capture sacred sites. But most importantly, they can defend themselves and they're incredibly quick. They also have numerous unique upgrades available to them in the event that you age up with the Abbey of the Trinity, which is one of the Age 2 to Age 3 landmarks available to the Rus. This landmark acts as a monastery, producing warrior monks at a reduced cost and houses those unique upgrades for the warrior monks. Number 6. The Horse Archer. The Horse Archer is a unique ranged cavalry unit available in the Castle Age. They're described as being highly mobile and effective against slower melee units. One of the things to note typically about Horse Archer units is often, because of their high mobility, they are penalized by having a shorter range. But one of the things that we do continue to see throughout this game is that the Horse Archers actually appear to have quite a long range compared even to the normal non-mounted archers. The tooltip actually says that the Horse Archer is counted by archer units, and I'm assuming that that will probably be because the cost of the Horse Archer is going to be quite expensive. Multiple times throughout the game, we do see the Horse Archer raiding the opponent, and during the fights, it appears that the Horse Archer is unable to move and fire at the same time, having to stop, stand still, and then begin firing. This is differentiated from the Mangudai, which is unique to the Mongols, which is able to move and shoot at the same time. The difference here is that the horse archer appears to have a much longer range and also seems significantly sturdier. And speaking of significantly sturdier, number 7. Fortified Palisade walls. The Rus do not have access to stone walls. Rather, they have access to fortified palisade walls. These walls, instead of costing stone, cost only wood, and also take significantly less time to construct. However, you can't have archers stand on top of these walls. At this point, it is unclear as to whether the Rus also get access to the standard palisade wall or if they only have access to the fortified palisade wall. Number 8. The Golden Gate. The Golden Gate is one of 2 landmarks that brings the Rus into the Second Age. The landmark acts as a trade building, just like the market would. However, where it's different is that you get a more favorable rate compared to a regular market. The way this works is every minute you're going to be generating an additional exchange. It's my understanding that that exchange can subsequently be used to generate either stone, gold, wood, or food, and subsequently have a more favorable rate. The Golden Gate works on a charge system as well, which means that your unused supply is going to be rolling over, so you can begin to save up supply. This is incredibly helpful if you get into a difficult spot, you need to get units out in a pinch, and you're just very easily able to buy a whole bunch of food, or if you want to go on the aggressive and drop down that forward castle, buy a whole bunch of stone. It's the Age of Empires equivalent of that rainy day fund you've got. Now we move on to our last point in the video. Number 9. The High Armoury. The High Armoury is one of 2 landmarks that can bring the Rus through to the 4th and final age, that being the Imperial Age. It offers additional upgrades for siege units and also reduces the cost of any siege units in nearby siege workshops. This landmark is particularly strong because of the extra upgrades it enables you to get. Some of those include siege crew training, which allows instant setup and teardown of trebuchets and mangonels. Another unique technology is fine-tuned guns, which reduces the reload time of bombards by 25%. I'm sure you can imagine in the late game, once you start to build up a significant mass of bombards, that extra 25% could be the difference between getting a kill and not getting a kill on a potential threat. Whether this is going to be as strong as the Chinese and their pyrotechnics upgrade, I'm not too sure. But it definitely looks like it's going to be able to cement the Rus as an incredibly strong late-game civilization. Well, fellas, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. If you think I missed something, make sure you leave a comment. And most importantly, if you're interested in seeing more Age of Empires 4 content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because there is plenty more content coming out on this channel. Over the next few weeks, you can expect to see build order guides, casted games from the absolute best players in Age of Empires 4, and deep dive breakdowns of Age of Empires 4 mechanics. So if that interests you, don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.